Hey guys, I'm back, and I have something that I'm very excited about. I hope you're going to end up being very excited about it too. We'll find out. I have my suspicions. So I have in my hands here this black box from Holtzman's Guerrilla Survival. And this is a brand that I did not know a lot about until I was part of a couple Facebook groups. And let me tell you, honestly, people cannot stop saying amazing things about this brand. And I started looking into it, and the knives look great. I mean, people love this brand. I have yet to see somebody legit say something negative about this brand. So I really wanted to get my hands on one and try it out. So before we even get into this box, I want to tell you a little bit just about this brand a little bit. So this is Small Business USA. This is not a huge knife company. Guy in charge, his name is Nate. This isn't even like he still works a full-time job. This is his baby. This is his project. All the knives that he does, he designs. He has 100% inspection of every knife, like not just pulls one off the production line, but like every single blade is 100% inspected. Everything comes in a nice little, how do I know this? Because I asked. That's how I know this, by the way. Comes in a little, it all comes in a little kind of gift set like this with the box, and there's other stuff in it. He's got his own Facebook group, and basically all the changes to all the designs come from feedback from customers. So kind of the company I want to deal with, So I reached out and I said, hey, this is who I am, and I am going to do a video on one of your knives. Do you have a suggestion? Where should somebody start? Because he's got quite a few designs, and he was very cordial, and he said, oh, that's awesome. Why don't you try the Hornet? How about how would you feel about that? And I said, sure, sounds good. I'm just, So this is the Hornet. They're available on Amazon and his own website. We'll talk about Amazon in a minute, a little bit. But anyway, so this is the Holtzman Hornet. I've been waiting for you guys to poke into this box so we could see it together. I'm super excited. This was like a kid who knows where his Christmas present is hidden, but like doesn't go looking for it. So let's see, what do we have here? All of his knives, by the way, are either 1095 or D2. How to care for your D2 steel knife. How to hone your knife. Okay, cool. Oh, how to sharpen your knife. I love that he separates honing from sharpening. That's a big deal. I love that. Is this the, oh, this is what we have. I was gonna say, I love that shape. I want that. That's what we have. Okay. Nice. Very nice presentation here. Let's see. So we've got thank you from Holtzman Guerrilla Survival. That's cool. Nice. Okay. We've got two do not eats. Let's start with the sheath here. Oh, sweet. Would this be, so it comes with your fire starting gear, and the sheath is molded for the knife and the fire starting stuff. And this is, I don't know if this is traditional, this feels a little tougher than regular old Kydex. This might be injection molded, like, it looks very, very good though. I mean, it's tough. We'll get to that. Tech lock on the back. Double lock, tech lock. Cool. I know, I'm waiting for the end to get to that. Ferro rod with G10 handle. Nice. We've got, I'm assuming this is going to be a scraper for that. A little oily. But you know what? In transit, can we expect? But G10 and a G10 handle scraper. Standard. Nice. What do we got here? We got a wrench for the screws. Oh. Now, I wonder if he's got standard sizes, because it comes with Phillips head and... Well, that doesn't seem to fit. Oh. Duh. Yeah. Right there. This doesn't seem to fit the screws on the knife, though. Interesting. Interesting. But we'll check that out. Then we've got some 550 cord. Make a lanyard or whatever else. Now let's get to the main event. I'm so excited. Okay, you guys ready? Oh, that's cool. I didn't bring any paper towel out here with me to wipe off oil, and I should have, because it's a D2 knife, so it's going to have some oil, but if need be, I'll use my shirt. That's fine. So we've got a two-tone finish on the blade, which looks really, really nice, by the way. It's hard to see subtle grind lines. They're there, but the oil, let's see if I can, but the stonewash on the flats. Now, at first glance, this looks like a straight Scandi grind. But it's actually not a true Scandi, and I'll explain why in a minute, in case you don't know. Love the G10 handle. This is available, you know, OD green or a really nice black with either red or orange spacers. I can't remember, but both G10 handles. Of course, I went with the OD green because it's me. It's a really nice shaped handle. It's very comfortable. Got palm swells in there, and this has got to be all CNC machined, you know. Love G10, how you get like the, almost like you've got wood. You've got the grain of the G10. Looks cool. Just really nice. I mean, it's like holds my hand perfectly. Curious. I'm just curious. No jimping, but again, he's always he seems to always be open to suggestion and feedback. Little jimping wouldn't hurt right there, but the balance feels really nice. The weight, I'm not sure what the weight is. I have to look it up. The weight feels good. I love the grind. So let's talk about the grind. So a true Scandi grind knife, Mora's or other Bushcraft knives, you will never see a bevel, because the true Scandi grind takes the grind straight down to an edge. And that's what is special about a Scandi grind knife. Now, sometimes we call this a modified Scandi grind, which actually it never really existed. The knife industry made it up, which is not bad. So see how this one is it is a Scandi grind. It's got the hallmarks of a Scandi grind, but it has its own bevel. Now, this is not a bad thing, and I'm going to tell you why. So in order to maintain a true Scandi grind knife, when you're sharpening, give me something to represent a sharpening stone, here you go. You actually have to lay that entire grind down against your stone, and you are taking off you're taking off all that steel every time you sharpen your knife to maintain a true Scandi grind. Now, there are some benefits to the Scandi grind when it comes to outdoors work and stuff. There are also some negative feedbacks. There's a great article I read about two very experienced outdoorsmen, one arguing in favor for the Scandi grind being like the best all-around outdoors bushcraft kind of blade, and one arguing against. And it's really good. And you know what? If I can find it, I will put a link to that online article in the video description. I don't know if we'll find it, but one of the big things against is how much steel you're losing, how much quicker when you have to sharpen a Scandi grind knife. So when you have a bevel here, a separate bevel, micro bevel, whatever you want to call it. It's not a micro bevel, but I just can't think right now. When you have a separate bevel, it gives you an actual angle to sharpen on, so that you're not flat down on a stone scraping your entire blade every single time. So that's a nice feature. The Scandi grind certainly does look cool too. I like it a lot. And there are still benefits you're getting on this blade right here with the, I mean, it's almost like a flat saber grind in a Scandi shape. But just the shaping of the grind still gives you some benefits when you get into working with wood. You know, one of the things that the Scandi grind gives you is less resistance when working with wood. And that helps with edge resistance and all that other stuff. So this is kind of like a hybrid where you get sort of the best of both worlds. You lose a little bit on one end, but there's a reason most companies don't go with a true Scandi grind. Because there's some, I'm not going to get into the whole video right now. I'm just sorry. I went off on a tangent there, but I really like the blade shape. I really like the way he configured the edge. Bevels look even and just about perfect through the whole blade. It is a bit humid out here, so see how the money does. Oh, humidity? What humidity? Is that cutting money? Haha. I don't care about your humidity and your soft money. Maybe it does. No, it doesn't. It cares about me actually getting the blade on the knife. Little curly cues. Yeah, I don't see a bad spot along this entire blade. Not at all. Guess what I did remember to bring out here? All my ladies, gentlemen, and llamas. Look at that. We've got 550 cord. I mean, we could have used what came in the box, but do a slice. That didn't even, I'm going to do it again because it didn't even move. Slice. Now we'll do the pull through. Little bit, slight bit of effort, but not much. And I bet if I put it closer here, yeah, much less effort. It's just the, you know, leverage of the blade, but comes out of the box, ready to slice, take it into the woods, do whatever you want. One thing, and this is just me being critical, I might want to round down these corners just a little bit, because over a lot of, like if you're going to have it in your hand using all day, like you're out, you've got to build a shelter, you've got to, you know, or you want to build, you want to do something, you know, a lot of work. Just this on my hand over there might develop a little bit of hot spot after a long period of use, you know, but just general campground duties, or hiking stuff, you know, using it in short periods now and then, that's not going to bother you at all. It's a really nicely done handle. But that's just one thing I would consider, would be buffing that down with a little bit of sandpaper, just to give it a little bit more rounded edge. But as it is, like I said, my hand grips it really, really well. I feel like we've got to try this out, since it came with it, right? Get that coating off. Are we getting the sparks on camera? Because it's very bright out. Very nice sparks. I didn't bring anything to start a fire, like actually with. The question is this a 90-degree edge? I know he gives you the fire starting stuff, but is this? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Now I got ugly stuff on my brand new blade. Leaf, come to my rescue. We're not done with the blade yet, guys. I'm just, does it snap? Yeah. You don't need that snap, but you have that snap. You don't need it. It's perfectly fit. But that's a cool looking setup right there, huh? And I didn't know, honestly, I didn't know this was part of the package. I thought it was knife. It was knife and that's all. And this, by the way, I think this is $99 for the knife itself. I mean, just for, I'm sorry, not for, obviously $99 for everything, but I thought it was just $99 for the knife. And, you know, so there. So let's do a few more things with this. Let's keep going. I mean, oh, that's not, hang on. Wait, listen, and then listen. I like those positive opening and closing sounds. So we've got some pieces of wood, and they've been around a little bit. They're not fresh green, but let's see what we can do. Let's see how well the processing starts. feels so smooth. And one of the things I learned from my wood carving lesson is that a real nice sharp knife will leave it feeling like it's just been sanded. Like, I kind of knew a little bit about cutting wood with a knife, duh, but this has that kind of like, it feels like a carving edge. Look at the little curly cues we're making. I'm not trying to feather stick with this right now, but look what I ended up making out of it. I mean, I was just running the edge on there to see how it did. Look how thin those are. Look how fine that is, like if we were about to try to start a fire. And we could easily do them bigger. This is what I would consider like more feather sticking right here. You know, there's enough, I think it's 1/4 inch blade stock, so there's enough to get your thumb really on there to provide you a little extra leverage to push into the wood. This wood is, like I said, it's not fresh. It's been, I wouldn't say it's been seasoned, but it's been sitting out here through several cycles of rain and sun. It's not the easiest to work with, but let's see. Chops nice. Now I could use the 550 cord to make a lanyard, let myself get just a little bit better leverage on it if I wanted to, but we'll simulate that. Yeah, he's got bigger models that might be a little bit better leverage for a true chop, but like, just if this is what you got, that'll get through the wood. Pretty good. This is just a slightly, obviously, bigger piece. And yeah, we're gonna take the bark right off this. Like, if we had to, we could burn that. Or if we're just trying to get through to naked wood underneath. For whatever reason. There are a few different reasons why we would. And that's really super smooth under it. Feels good. This is not quite a, I mean, really a batoning knife, but what the hell. Every knife's a batoning knife if you make it one. When I say batoning knife, I usually prefer something slightly bigger for doing that particular task. But when I say it's not really a batoning knife, I don't know why I put it in those terms. Sometimes I just speak without thinking. I guess any knife's a batoning knife if you decide it's a batoning knife, you know? These are not very particularly large pieces of wood, of course, but you know, we're not splitting logs with this guy either. But to make kindling, or just to take a piece of wood, it's like this size, and cut it down a little bit for whatever purposes, construction or trap making or primitive weapon making, whatever you need it for. Let's see. Now I like that we're getting finer and finer to see just how well the wood splits underneath it. And it started to go into that too. And what you can see is it's like a nice smooth, I'm not worried about splinters or anything else, because what's doing that for us is, so our Scandi shape, even though we've got the bevel there, that's what's giving us that nice low friction. Splitability. Splitability is a word. You can look it up, or you can just take my word for it. I'd prefer you just took my word for it. Splitability is a thing. So I really like this. Like I said, I've heard phenomenal things about his knives. This one happens to be D2. They come in 1095 also. And I just wanted to be part of the cool kids that had one, so I could really check it out. This will not be the last one of his, the last Holtzman that I get. There's a couple I really have my eye on. There's some that are, I think his most popular one is the Bloodline, his most popular model, but there are some larger ones that I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on. But this guy feels very comfortable, very nice, and we shouldn't have lost cutting ability. No. I mean, those were not very rough tests, but basic outdoor stuff. I have no hot spots on my hands, totally comfortable, and weight-wise, definitely something I would carry around. And what's nice is, it is thicker than your average Mora. I think you'd have to go to the Garberg or something like that, and even then I don't think it's quite this thick. So definitely impressed with what you get out of this. You know, we've got some August activity going on, and this will 100% make an appearance, so I can take it and see what's up in like a true off in the woods type scenario. But it feels really good. So I'll put a link to Holtzman's website in the video description, where you can check out the Hornet. Now, the thing that I said about Amazon, he's got stuff on Amazon, but you just have to look up like Holtzman survival knives. He doesn't have the actual product names on there because he's a small seller. So, you know, he has keywords listed that will help you find them. But his website, you'll go and find everything very, very easily. So yeah, check out the link to the website in the video description. He's a cool dude, and like I said, I reached out to him and I talked to him, and I was like, tell me about your company and stuff, and let me know, you know, just fill me in. What's the deal? And he did. He was really cool to talk to. So now you guys fill me in. What do you think? Has anybody had Holtzman stuff? What is your favorite model? What would you guys like to see me get my hands on and mess around with next? Or is there one that maybe you're considering getting and you'd like to see me test out? Anyway, I really like it. Definitely check out Holtzman. See what they've got to offer. They've got everything from little tiny nick knives to like large field knives. I think you'll find something you like. And anyway, remember that you guys are all absolutely awesome, and I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back again real soon.